Alright, large intestine 4 oftentimes is easiest to find if the client's hand is in a loose fist, just like hers, and if the thumb side is up. You find the first metacarpal and the knuckle and slide down the bone, the first metacarpal bone. You can feel the shaft. Slide down to where you feel the base of the first metacarpal. So you're finding these two bony landmarks and sliding down the shaft between. Large intestine 4 is halfway between those 2 points, and it's at the junction of yin and yang skin. So whatever shade skin your client has, there will be a difference between one side and the other, where there's a line between the darker skin and the lighter skin. You're also going to be just to the thumb side of the shaft of the metacarpal. So you find the bone and you go just into the webbing on the thumb side. A lot of times what people will do when they're not finding the point quite as precisely is just kind of grab the webbing of the thumb, and oftentimes that will have a nice effect. And it's not entirely wrong to do it that way. But if you want to be really precise, that's where the precise location is. There's a couple different ways you can apply your pressure. One thing that's nice to do is perpendicularly towards small intestine 3, which is right at the indentation proximal to the 5th metacarpal, at the head of the first metacarpal. So those 2 points are really nice to push in towards each other, which you could do with a pincer grasp with one hand, or you could use 2 hands. So that's one nice way to apply your pressure. The large intestine 4 Hagu also responds nicely to MFR, so you can also grab the fascia on the palmar side as well as large intestine 4 and engage the fascia and then pull the fascia in whatever direction it wants to go. You could use direct or indirect MFR, so you could go into the resistance, into the end feel, or you could go into the easiest direction. This is a point, it's a yang point. It's a point that's great for any kind of pain. Of course, it's contraindicated in pregnancy, but for any other kind of pain, menstrual cramps, headaches, migraines, low back pain, any kind of pain at all, you can use quite a bit of pressure with this point. So I'm using a fair bit of strength on a pincer grasp, and I'm going to pull it like MFR. I can also just do standard compression and or circles. And then of course you can use tuning forks as well. And the angle is towards small intestine 3. And if you get right on that point, oftentimes the person can actually feel the vibration travel down to the end of large intestine meridian out through the index finger.